Guys, all the cars that you see in these videos are for sale on my website, www.woodsandbarclay.com. Enjoy the video. Hey, welcome back everyone. Today is the test drive for the 1987 300 SDL. So the car has been out here overnight. I just came out, bled the brakes, and that's all done. Brakes are bled, it's ready to go. All right. After the test drive, we're going to go to Scott's and have it detailed. But let's go ahead and turn it on. See our glow plug light. All right. Fires right up. And all of our warning indicators correctly go off. Good RPM. Excuse me. We have 136,910 on the odometer. 18.7 miles on the trip odometer. The clock reads, let's see, what is that, 2:30? Yep, roughly 2:30, 2:25. Actually, yeah, the engine was a little warm because that's when I had it cranked up. I was bleeding the brakes earlier, so sorry, it wasn't actually all the way cold. We see I have a little warm in there. And we have full tank of gas and good oil pressure. So, I'm sorry, full tank of diesel, not gas. All right, let's go ahead and pull out of here. Now, keep in mind, I will have to bed in the brakes because these are brand new brake pads. So I'll do that on the first little part of our drive. But then the brakes should be good to go. Oh yeah, I need to definitely turn on the AC. We'll put that on low. There we go. It's a very hot, humid day here in Georgia. It actually rained earlier. All right, let me open the gate and then we'll get on the road here. Okay, guys, I actually had to pull back into the shop and re-bleed the brakes because I had an air bubble in the let's see, the driver's rear caliper. So I just did that. Now they're working excellent. The pedal was a little soft. But you can see now that took me like 30 minutes. So there we go. The clock is working right. But anyway, now we're ready to get on the test drive. And guys, that's why I do test drives, to catch things like that. Let me go ahead and adjust my seat over here. Raise it up a little bit. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And this car is cool too. Let me show you this. Down here it has lumbar support. And I have it on like level 2. But if I want to pump it up a little bit, I can roll it to 3 right there. And it's vacuum operated, or so it pushes air into it. And if I roll it down, you can hear the air coming out of it. That's pretty cool. Never seen an SD with lumbar support. All right, let's go ahead and get on the road here. Wow, this is a comfortable car. In my opinion, and I'm sure other mechanics tell you too, 1987 was the last year for the great diesel Mercedes. You know, the 5-cylinder ended in 1985, and then in 86 and 87 you had this car, which is a 6-cylinder. And Mercedes did, on the initial release, have issues with the engine head, but they offered a correction. They did several iterations, and they started with the number 14 head when the car came out, and that had issues with cracking. But then they resolved all that with the number 22 head. So if you're getting one of these cars, make sure it has the number 22 head, which this car does. But let me get back here to the test drive. Just watch our gauges here. Everything is operating exactly as expected. You can see we're now up to full engine temp, slightly above 80 degrees. And that'll fluctuate, guys, on these cars between 80 and 90. Yeah, this thing is very, very smooth. Little quieter than the previous models, the 85 300 SD. The 86, 87 was a little more refined. And the engines are also quieter. Like I said, make sure you get one with the number 22 head, and then you'll get hundreds of thousands of miles out of these engines. Extremely good OM 603. And this is an inline 6. It's a 6-cylinder. So they do have a little more power than the 5-cylinder from 85, 81 to 85. Yeah, this car is incredibly quiet on the interior. I'm just testing my brakes here. I'm going to go ahead and press the brakes a few times just to wear off the coating on those new rear rotors and to bed in the pads. There'll be a little bit of a rubbing sound until they get bedded in. That's what I'm doing right now. It actually stops really good even before they've bedded in. All right, we're up to engine temp. I'm gonna go ahead and put the accelerator down up this hill here. Oh yeah. Obviously more power than the 5-cylinder. You can see we're accelerating up this hill here. Excellent transmission shift. Excellent engine temperature, oil pressure, everything. Like I said, I think 1987 was the last year for the great diesel Mercedes. And this is one of the finest examples in the country. I'm going to take it through some of these turns right here a little fast. You can see where I'm going to get it up to 50 or so. I want to see the new shocks, see how the body roll is. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, corner's very, very good. It's not too stiff, but it doesn't have too much body roll. Transmission is shifting perfect. I'm going to try the kickdown switch that drops my transmission gear. It's under the accelerator pedal. Here, watch the RPM gauge. There we go. Did you see it jump up there? Now we're accelerating, full acceleration. That's the passing switch. Yeah, significantly more power than the 5-cylinder. I'm not sure exactly what the horsepower and torque numbers are for the 6-cylinder, but it is like night and day difference. Probably 2 or 3 seconds faster in the 0 to 60 time. These cars are almost impossible to find, guys. Most of them just are gone, or just have 400,000 or 500,000 miles on them and just have been totally worn out. They really don't exist like this anymore. I know of a few out there, but this is one of the nicest examples for sure. Okay, I'm gonna wait on the red light here, then we're gonna get up on Georgia 400. AC is working beautifully. Just have it on low. Let's go ahead and check out our radio, put our antenna up. Put on Rock 100.5. Oh, yep. Radio works beautifully. And we did add Bluetooth to this radio too. All right, let me go ahead and shut that back off. Put the antenna all the way down. There we go. I can feel my brake pads have now bedded in. They feel really good now. All right, we got a green light. Yeah, I usually talk about the first thing I notice when I'm driving any of these old diesels. And I think it's pretty obvious. The first thing I notice about this is the power of the 6-cylinder diesel versus the 5-cylinder. Just a little more refined motor. All right, we're gonna do a little hard acceleration here. On to Georgia 400. Perfect shift. Oh, beautiful. I need to slow down. There's some traffic coming up here, but acceleration very powerful, very smooth. perfect shifts on the transmission, and we're coming up on some rush hour traffic. I'll just try to inch over here. I want to test the brakes when I get off the exit ramp up here. I want to do some really hard braking. We'll go a few more exits so I can get it up to cruising speed and get out of this traffic. Okay, there we go. Okay, guys, I have the cruise control engaged right here. It's 60 miles an hour, and my foot is not on the accelerator pedal. There we go, and we're holding right there at 60. I'm gonna go ahead and disengage the cruise control. All right, cruise control works excellent. All right, we're gonna go off this exit up here. Let's go ahead and get it up to speed here. There we go. That's probably a good cruising speed right there, about 75 and 3,000 RPMs. That feels great. Yeah, this car is running fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and merge over this next exit here. Oh, got some traffic. I'm gonna turn that AC on high for a second. Getting a little warm in here. Hopefully that's not blowing in the camera too much. Yeah, we're back down to like 30 miles per hour. Yeah, we'll try some brake testing right up here. All right, I want you guys to watch. I'll tell you when I'm slamming on the brakes. I want to check out the new brake system. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, yeah, outstanding. Those brakes are extremely good. I mean, they're brand new. Turn off the AC there. It feels nice in here. All right, I'm gonna swing around and get back on to 400. And sometimes in these cars, and Mercedes actually put out a bulletin about it, these door panels, you see over here the door panel, the very bottom of the door panel is vinyl, and the door jamb down here, right here, this door jamb is actually plastic. So you'll get some squeaking from the vinyl rubbing against the plastic. And Mercedes put out a bulletin. What you do, you take some silicone spray and you just spray it right along the bottom of the door, and then that goes away. And you can do that, like, you know, once a year or so, and it eliminates the little squeaks that come from the bottom of the doors of the vinyl. That's how you do that. So I'll go ahead and apply a little silicone down there on this one so you don't get any squeaking. But yeah, this car passes the test drive with flying colors. I'm gonna put the AC back on. I'm starting to sweat. I just don't want it blowing in the camera, you know? Yeah, AC is beautiful. But yeah, passes the test drive with flying colors. Outstanding car. Every detail on this car has been, anything it needed, it's been addressed. This is an immaculately maintained vehicle its whole life. I've done a lot of work to it. Brad did a lot of work to it, and I cannot find anything else that needs to be done to this car. Runs, it's comfortable, drives great, everything works. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the test drive, but we'll go ahead and get back on to 400 here, and I'll record a little bit more footage. So I've got the AC on high. Hopefully it's not too loud in the camera. I'll put it on low. There we go. All right, so we put the pedal down here. Do a little hard acceleration onto the interstate. If these cars would get out of my way. Yeah, you can hear a little bit of that squeaking I was referring to. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the bottom of those door jambs, and it'll be good for the next year. Like I said, do it once a year or so. All 300 SDs have that. 1981 all the way up through 1987. That's a good thing to do. Yeah, this thing is driving fantastic. Odometer is rolling over correctly. The clock is working. Everything is good. Great oil pressure, great engine temperature. Everything is exactly where I want it. It's actually 86 degrees outside. You can see the external temp gauge is still working on this car. Beautiful. Put this back on the low for you guys. There you go. Test the cruise control one more time. Yep, perfect. Holding right there at 60. Foot is not on the pedal. Excellent. All right, guys, I am confident this car is ready to go. Hope you enjoyed the test drive video. Outstanding 1987 300 SDL, and 100% sorted. Everything works on the car. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna take it back to the shop. We'll see you guys next time.